Hey guys, if you don't know, my name is Jessie, and on Sunday I got to go out and work on my first single track experience. The place I went was really cool. It was only 25 acres, but they've made such good use of every inch of this land. So I was really able to get in some really great practice on skills that I've been working on. There was lots of hills, lots of turns, lots and lots of turns. Everywhere we were going, we were turning. It was tight. It had technical sections, but most importantly, it had all these little jumps and lumps and little kickers in the woods where I got to work on lifting up that front tire and lofting the tire, weighting the suspension, and all of those things that I've been working really hard on in the woods. So this was such a great experience for me. But before we get into all of that, I'd like to introduce you to our leaders today. So Scott, he is the one on the Husky, and in front of him is Brady, which is a kid on a 65 or 85, I can't remember. But wow, this kid just blew me away. So when I first got out there, I thought, well, let me just follow him. He won't lead me the wrong way. He won't do anything too crazy. And we get up to this one hill. Everybody goes to the left. He goes to the right. So I was like, oh, I'll just follow him, right? Man, he took me straight off a cliff. And there was no turning back. I had to go over it. So I did. But gave me that confidence. Seeing him do it made me know I could do it. So thank you so much, Brady. You were a really great confidence boost to me. And you were so fast. I had a really hard time keeping up with you. This place was just awesome. As you can tell, the trails go everywhere. And there was lots of hills. And that's one thing I've really been trying to work on. Is just building my confidence in the hill sections. And not letting my head get to me. And because everybody was moving pretty fast. And I had to keep up. I couldn't really get in my head too much. I just had to go for it, you know? And that gave me a lot of confidence, especially in my bike. This 150, I always question, is it going to be able to do it? Is it going to have enough power? But it went through everything in second gear, no problem. I never felt like I needed to shift down or I needed more power. I didn't even feel like I was maxing anything out. So felt really good about that. It gave me a lot of confidence. Okay, now I'm going to try and keep up with him, and he's already gone, as you can see. One of the wonderful things about this place is my dad, and he does this quite often, he lets me lead. As a new rider in the woods, often you are following other people, and that does not give you a good trail sense. It doesn't let you make decisions. So if you are following people, try not to follow their exact tracks. Try and make your own. Try and make a different way and see where it leads you. Of course, Brady is completely gone. I can't even follow his dust anymore, so I'm going to start kind of making my own trail at this point, deciding where to go. I think I'm behind him in my head. In theory, I'm behind him still. There's still some dust ahead. I think I've got him. Of course, that's not going to be the case at all. But this does really build my knowledge, builds my awareness, and my confidence. Leading, even though I'm not really leading, but I did lead quite a bit. Deciding where to turn, deciding which lines are going to be the best for me. And that's so important, I think. So make sure when you get out in the trails and you're first starting out, you do some leading. At this point, Brady's just gone. I don't know where he is at all. So I'm just keeping going. And I know everything winds back to where we're parked. So eventually I'm going to find him. Of course, I'm completely surprised when I come around the corner in a minute. And he's coming right at me. Well, it's my turn to lead.
I can't quite keep up with you.
But I chicken out. I let somebody else go first. Of course, I don't feel like I'm quite good enough yet when I've got the whole big group behind me. I didn't do a bad job of keeping up with them at all. Especially once I was tired, I was still able to really keep up. I was proud of myself. But when they're all behind me, I feel the pressure and I ride over my head. Another thing to be careful of, ride at your speed. Don't ride over your head because that's when accidents happen. This was a great learning experience for me, and if you get the chance, you should try and ride as much single track as you can. Hopefully soon we'll be going to Burning Rock, and I can show you guys that place. I've been there before, but I didn't know much when I went before. It's going to be a completely different experience for me this time, and I can't wait. I also put a lot of effort this time into trying to ride on the pipe and get into the higher RPMs where the power is. Of course, the hit on this bike scared me when I first started out, so I would shift up 1 or even 2 gears so that there wouldn't be as much of a hit. But now that I'm really getting comfortable with the bike, I'm trying to ride it properly. So I stayed in 2nd gear for pretty much the entire trail, every now and then shifting down to 1st. I try and stay out of 1st completely because I usually end up shifting into neutral. And this trail was just so neat. I loved it. It had so many options, so much learning for me. Lots of creek crossings, lots of hills. And I didn't feel ever like there was a point I came across, I can't do this, which was great. And it means that I'm really starting to get there in my learning. So the next thing I really want to start working on, and I'm going to do another video on this, is I was watching my brother ride. Wow, he's so fast, but he steers with his rear wheel everywhere. And it was so impressive just riding behind him and watching. And it's something I really want to work on, as well as standing more. When I get nervous, I sit down, and I found myself sitting way too much out on these trails. So even though I brag about all the standing I do, it's one thing to be standing out here and another thing to be doing it out in the trails. I didn't have any trouble with my turning. I was able to make tight turns, no problem. So real thankful to my trails here that have helped me with that. And there were so many turns out on this trail. It was just ridiculous. Anyways, I hope everybody has a great day, had a wonderful weekend of riding. And please like and follow for more stories as I learn to be a better rider. Everybody have a great day. Thank you so much.